What's going on, guys? Okay, welcome to $1 Million Asset. So, today we are going to be looking at and understanding something that I think is very important, and that is leverage architecture. Okay, so leverage architecture. Okay, and of course, we are talking about wealth building and assets. So, I want to talk to you about this and how it works. I kind of have to get it straight in my mind once again. It's something about designing a system where your effort is multiplied by tools. Okay, so designing a system where your effort is multiplied by tools. I think that angle probably sucks for you, right? If you're watching the video from that angle, then that would not feel so good, right? So let me hold it. It's probably going to feel much better like this. I hope this feels better for you. All right. So I'm always trying to understand my money better and planting money seeds, etc. Okay, so these tools could be anything like media, or other types of assets. I don't want to take too much time with this. All right. And basically, we do this so that we don't have to trade time for money. Okay? So we create this. We create leverage architecture. I'm sorry, my spelling is off right now. So that we don't have to, sorry about that, create time for money, right? Hopefully this is making sense so far. So there is a gentleman, I'm not so sure how I can say his name, Naval Ravikant, I'm not sure how you say his name. There's a gentleman by the name of Naval Ravikant. Somebody please tell me how you say this man's name. And he was able to break down architecture leverage or leverage architecture into 4 types. Okay? This is really important to know. If you're interested in passive income or any type of income, basically that minimizes your workload or eliminates your workload, then you want to listen to this. Okay. So there's 4 types of leverage architecture. The first one is labor leverage. And this is where, typically you pay a person to work for you. The second one is, I'm sorry about that. The second one is capital leverage. And this is where money is working for you. Many of us know about this. The third one is loans and investments. I might have to pause this because I feel cold. Yeah, loans and investments, we know what that is. And the fourth one is media content leverage. I'm not sure if I'm saying all of this correctly because I'm just learning about this. Media content leverage, which I guess is like a YouTube or something like that. So this is like an article that you write or a replaying video or a digital product. Etc. That's making money for you 24/7, right? There's also code and software leverage. That might be 5 types, I'm not sure. Code/software leverage. Like AI. Or what else is an example of code software leverage? Some type of automation, like when you get an email and it's just answering you back for the person. Okay, so here's the thing you really want to know. To build a $1 million asset using leverage architecture, blueprint, you might use software, okay? And you want it to run for you 24/7, okay? So the other thing I want to explain is what is high yield synergy? And this should actually be part of the title. High yield synergy. So obviously this has something to do with some type of energy, and the word high tells us that it's probably something that moves quickly, okay? So the meaning of high yield, I'm just telling you how I understood it. It means something that generates a massive amount of return or profit. So it's something that generates a massive amount of return or profit. Okay, that's high yield. What is high yield synergy? And synergy is, and here we go, this is the meaning, it's when two things combine to, let me see, combine to create a sum total that is greater, I know this is getting weird, greater than the total of the two parts combined. In other words, when you put the two together, you don't just get the total of the two, you get more than. So 1 plus 1 equaling 3, if you can imagine that. Okay, so I kind of just want to have a look at this again. We are talking about leverage architecture. Leverage architecture is something that you can use or that you create to leverage your money. So you put it together, you create it, you are the architect. But what we want is high yield synergy. So we want something where two things come together to create a certain energy where when you put them together and you have them working together, they don't just make what the two make, like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 4, but it will actually make more for you in the end. Designing a system where your effort is multiplied by tools, media, or other types of assets. We create leverage architecture so that we don't have to create or use time to generate money. And this gentleman, whose name I can't see, he recognized 4 types of leverage architecture. Labor leverage, which is people working for you. Capital leverage, which is your money working for you. Loans and investments. And media content leverage, like YouTube. And also there's coding and software like AI leverage. And high yield synergy. High yield means something that generates massive amounts of return or profit. So what we're actually looking for is 2 things that work well together. So you may have a YouTube channel and maybe you have the perfect product for that. And so when you create the product just generates more for the channel. And as you generate more for the channel, then your channel keeps growing and growing and growing. I hope this makes sense, but this is the alternative you want to use instead of just creating, random side hustles. Instead of random side hustles, create a leverage architecture system that gives you high yield synergy. Thank you. Bye.